verdict reached in the Judge Tracy Hunter trial.
We, the jury, and the issue joined, find the defendant, Tracy Hunter, guilty of having unlawful interest in a public contract.
Guilty of one count, deadlocked on the others.
You're unable to reach a unanimous verdict on the rest of the counts.
Stern words from the judge.
Judge Hunter, this is a sad day for you.
As Hunter's supporters sing praises. Judge Tracy Hunter could be probation, possibly time behind bars, after a jury found her guilty of one felony count. Thanks a lot for joining us. I'm Mike Dardis.
And I'm Cherie Palello. So here's how the verdict breaks down tonight. The jury was hung on 8 of the 9 counts, handing down a guilty verdict on one count of unlawful interest in a public contract. That dealt with showing favoritism towards her then court-employed brother.
We have team coverage of the verdict. WLWT News 5's Todd Dykes investigates what's next for Hunter. But we begin with Jackie Congedo with reaction. And Jackie, just a chaotic scene as we saw right outside of the court after that decision was read.
Yeah, Mike, I tell you, everybody wants to know what Judge Tracy Hunter has to say about this verdict. And when we asked her, this is what happened. With a smile and a song, Judge Tracy Hunter left 25 days of trial behind her.
Judge Hunter has gone from potential great role model to convicted felon.
The jury took 15 hours to decide. They couldn't make a decision on 8 of 9 counts.
I thought as a matter of evidence there was an argument over the guilt or innocence of those 8 counts as compared to count 6. Count 6 should not have went to the jury as a matter of law.
Her attorney argued count 6, unlawful interest in a public contract, wasn't the right charge to begin with, saying a conviction certainly didn't make sense. Hunter's supporters met with her behind closed doors for an hour after it was all over, then did the singing and talking for her.
She's not a criminal. All of us may do things that we could have done a little differently, but today she was called by Judge Nato a criminal, a convicted felon, and that I absolutely, totally disagree with. She is not a felon.
Hunter's mother stayed back after the elevator doors shut.
My gratitude exceeds everything.
Declining to comment on her daughter's feelings, but vouching for her character.
I know my daughter. I know her integrity. I know her honesty. I know how she has persisted in very difficult situations. So this is no different.
Prosecutors say they are not going to comment until after sentencing. That will be on December 2nd. Reporting live outside the courthouse tonight, Jackie Congedo, WLWT News 5.
All right, Jackie, so prison time, probation, her judgeship on the line, plenty of possibilities on the table right now. Our team coverage of the verdict continues with WLWT News 5's Todd Dykes. And Todd, question now remains, what's going to happen at sentencing?
Yeah, Mike, that's a question that will keep legal scholars very busy for the next month and a half. Many court watchers point out that Special Prosecutor Scott Croswell, of course, he wanted to see Hunter convicted, but he told us at News 5 that he would be the last one to ask for jail time. All right, with that in mind, here's what we have learned today. Tracy Hunter could be sentenced to 6 to 18 months probation and slapped with a fine of up to $5,000. But again, after today's verdict was revealed, Judge Norbert Nadel said because Hunter is a public official, she may be held to a higher standard, and that could include time behind bars. Again, that will be decided on December 2nd. So will the question of whether or not prosecutors want to retry Hunter on the 8 counts that the jury ended up deadlocked on. Now, Ohio Supreme Court suspended Hunter with pay after she was indicted back in January. But now, with a felony conviction on her record, her suspension becomes unpaid. And of course, the state's high court now expected to begin proceedings that could ultimately lead to the end of Tracy Hunter's legal career. Reporting live downtown tonight, Todd Dykes, WLWT News 5.
All right, Todd, thank you. As for the juvenile court, they have split Hunter's cases between a couple of judges. Judge Thomas Lips has taken over mostly non-criminal cases involving dependency, abuse, and custody, while Judge Sylvia Hendon is handling mostly juvenile delinquency cases. It will remain that way until the governor fills the vacancy left by Hunter until the next election in 2016. WLWT was one of the only stations there for every day of the trial, and you can count on us to lead the way for sentencing on the 2nd of December. Head to our website, WLWT.com, right now for a play-by-play of the entire trial.
A prominent